Dear students, in this class, we are going to see the concept of the surface impedance of a conductor. Already in the previous classes, I told you, at very high frequencies, the current always flows in the outermost layer of a conductor. That is nothing but the concept of the skin depth. So, if you take the skin depth here once again, skin depth delta is equal to 1 over root pi f mu sigma. Pi f mu sigma. So, if sigma is very high, then delta will be very less because they are inversely proportional to this. And at the same time, if the frequency is very much high, then also the skin depth is very less. That means, if you are taking a conductor like this, conducting surface here, and if the wave is coming and hitting this one in the oblique direction, and because of the skin depth effect, if you are operating at very high frequencies, the skin depth is very less. So, delta is low. That means I can say it cannot penetrate into the conductor at very high frequencies. That means if you are taking this conductor, we are utilizing only the outermost layer of the conductor only for our communications. And that too, whenever you are actually sending the information in this way, in all communications you are using vertical polarization like this. Vertical polarization. Even though the wave is actually hitting here and reflecting by the conductor, it has to maintain the vertical polarization only like this. But this is possible whenever sigma is equal to infinity. But I cannot find the perfect conductor, that's why it is a practical conductor. It may not be equal to infinity, then it may not be some vertical like this. So practically speaking, it will be having some resultant direction like this. Suppose for example, instead of this, it is like this. Then whenever it is touching here, it will be having some tangential component as well as normal component like this. Ante vertical polarization perfect ga lekapothe ఏదైనా ఒక యాంగిల్లో కనుక theta polarization కనుక వస్తే it will be having both tangential component as well as normal component. So whatever the tangential component that is existing here, that is called as E tan. That means tangential component of electric field. So this component is actually present along the surface of the boundary. If it is acting at the surface of the boundary, then because of this, doubtless you are going to get some current along the surface. Let that current is nothing but your Js, that is called current per unit width, that is called current density. So once this electric field as well as the current is existing along the surface, then definitely you can define the surface impedance mathematically here. So what is the surface impedance? Surface impedance Zs is equal to E tan divided by Js. E tan by Js. So what is E tan? E tan means tangential component of electric field along the surface. And what is the Js? Js means current density per unit width. That means its unit is, you can say, ampere per meter. And E tan unit is volt per meter. Then meter and meter will be cancelled. So volt by ampere means it is nothing but this is equal to ohms, which is nothing but the unit of your surface impedance here. So surface impedance is mathematically defined as the ratio of tangential electric field to the surface current that is existing on the surface of this one. So now I would like to calculate what is this surface impedance if the conductor is placed along the y direction. So let me say this is in y direction, this is nothing but the y direction. So the conductor is placed here, this is the conductor placed in y direction, this is the conductor. So this is nothing but the surface of the conductor. At the surface of the conductor, the current density is more. Why? Because you know very well, charge resides only on the surface of the conductor. Already at the time of boundary conditions I already told you. Let it be the value J0 here. That means current density on the boundary at y is equal to 0. That means this is nothing but the surface of the boundary here. So whenever you are going interior to this conductor like this, it goes on decreasing like this. So at the surface it is J naught and exponentially it is decaying in y direction like this. So I can write down here the current density variation J is equal to J naught into e to the power of minus gamma y. Because it is in the y direction, it is changing like this. So that's why I can say here, suppose for example, and this is the conducting surface. This is the conductor at this boundary. On this boundary, the charge always resides, its maximum value is J naught. So whenever you are going interior to this conductor, and the conductor లోపల కనుక ఇలా y direction అనుకున్నాను ఇక్కడ ఇలా వెళ్తూ ఉంటే its value goes on decreasing like this. So initially J naught ఉంది, కండక్టర్ లోపలికి వెళ్ళే కొద్దీ J naught వాల్యూ తగ్గుతూ ఉంటుంది. It is just like for all communications, our earth is nothing but an excellent conductor. On the surface of the earth you are having a maximum value. Whenever you are going interior to the earth, its value goes on decreasing. So that's why J is equal to J naught e to the power of minus gamma y. So if I want to calculate what is the surface density, that is the surface current density, then I can write down here Js is equal to integral 0 to infinity sum J into dy. That is also equal to integral 0 to infinity. What is J here? J naught into e to the power of minus gamma y into dy. So because I am writing this approximation because whatever the skin depth you are having, because you are operating your conductor at high frequencies, the skin depth what you are using here is delta is very, very less compared to the thickness of the conductor. Why are you assuming like this? If the thickness of the conductor is more, then you cannot expect the reflection from the next surface. So only you have to expect the reflection only from this surface. లోపలికి స్కిన్ డెప్త్ కంటే తక్కువ కనుక లేకపోతే ఎక్కువ ఉంటే కనుక then డెఫినెట్గా అది పెనట్రేట్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. But I want the mechanism of reflection. So if I want the mechanism of reflection, I can say delta should be very, very less than the thickness of the conductor. So this is entire the thickness of the conductor in the y direction, I can say. If you are going interior to this, its value goes on decreasing like this. So that's why Js is equal to this thing. Just integrate this one. Surface current density is equal to J naught is constant here, e to the power of minus gamma y and by minus gamma in between the limits 0 to infinity. So if you do this, this is equal to minus of minus will be plus, this will be giving J naught by gamma here. That is nothing but your Js. This is the surface current density of a conductor here. Okay, now this is Js, and what is the surface impedance formula? Surface impedance is equal to E tan by Js. I got the expression for the Js. E tan means, what is the meaning of E tan? E tan means tangential electric field on the surface. So on the surface, what is your current density? J naught. So I can write down here, see, J is equal to sigma E. This is nothing but the point form of your Ohm's law. So J is equal to here on the surface J naught into sigma, this is E tan, tangential electric field. Because this current is because of the tangential electric field. So what I can write down here, E tan is equal to J naught divided by sigma. So this is called E tan. So this is called Js. So what is the definition of Zs? Zs is equal to E tan divided by Js. What is E tan? E tan is equal to, I can write down here, J naught by sigma divided by Js. What is Js? J naught by gamma. So J naught and J naught will be cancelled. Therefore, your Zs is equal to, I can say, gamma by sigma. This is the important expression to do the problems. Surface impedance is equal to gamma by sigma. So what is gamma? Gamma is nothing but a propagation constant. So already for a medium, you know the propagation constant gamma. So here I can write down gamma is nothing but is equal to root of j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon. This is already given in the last classes. Its unit is 1 by meter. Okay. So I am taking a good conductor. So for good conductor, sigma is very, very high. That means sigma is very, very high for good conductor. Then this can be neglected. So therefore gamma is equal to root of j omega mu into sigma. J omega mu into sigma. So what is root j? At an angle 45 degrees, because j is nothing but 90 degrees. Root 90 is nothing but 45. Then I can say this is equal to root omega mu sigma at an angle 45 degrees. But what is your surface impedance here? Zs is equal to gamma by sigma. Therefore this is root of omega mu sigma divided by, you can say, sigma. This is equal to sigma square. So you can say this, and this is equal to root of omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees. This is nothing but the surface impedance. So this is the surface impedance of a good conductor. All these formulas are already discussed in detail in the last classes. This is surface impedance. Okay. So once it is an impedance, it is having two components, resistance as well as reactance. So this can be written as Rs plus Jxs is equal to root omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees, means I can write down here at an angle 45 degrees. So I can write here now. This is equal to Rs plus is equal to root omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees, means I can write here 1 by root 2 plus j into 1 by root 2. That means cos 45. So this will be equal to Rs plus Jxs is equal to, this is root of omega mu by 2 sigma plus j into root of omega mu by 2 sigma. So this is real part and this is imaginary part. Real part is nothing but your surface resistance, and this is nothing, imaginary part is nothing but your reactive part. That is nothing but, both are same, omega mu by 2 sigma, omega mu by 2 sigma. So once you know this, then I would like to write down the intrinsic impedance of the medium also. And from the fundamentals, you know, the intrinsic impedance eta is equal to root of j omega mu by sigma plus j omega epsilon. And here for good conductors, sigma is very, very high. That means sigma is equal to high value. So then this can be neglected. Compared to the sigma, it can be neglected. Therefore, eta is equal to j omega mu by sigma under the square root. That is equal to root of omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees. So this is called intrinsic impedance of the conductor. This is called intrinsic impedance of the conductor. Now you see here, friends, this is the surface impedance and this is called intrinsic impedance. Let it be, this is the first equation and this is the second equation. Then from these two, I can write down the conclusion here. Zs is equal to eta. Sometimes he is also asking to prove this. That means surface impedance of the conductor is equal to intrinsic impedance of the conductor. So when it is possible, very simple. Intrinsic impedance is equal to the surface impedance whenever you assume that the conductor is operating at very, very high frequencies and that too the skin depth is very, very less. So at that moment Zs is equal to eta. So this is the way of understanding. So practically speaking, where you are using, whenever you are doing your communication like this, generally we are going to use vertical polarization, బట్ కండక్టర్ ఇన్ఫైనైట్ కండక్టివిటీ ఉండకపోతే వెర్టికల్ పోలరైజేషన్ ఉండదు, సమ్ థీటా వస్తుంది. And whenever you are finding theta here, you are having both tangential component and normal component. So according to boundary conditions, for a perfect conductor only tangential component ఉండదు, నార్మల్ కాంపోనెంటే ఉంటుంది. బట్ థీటా వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దెన్ ఈటాన్ ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ ఈటాన్ ఈజ్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్, సమ్ జేఎస్ ఈజ్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్. ఎంత ఈటాన్ ఉంది, ఎంత జేఎస్ ఉంది, వాటి రేషియో తీసుకుంటే ఇట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద సర్ఫేస్ ఇంపెడెన్స్. So surface impedance of the conductor is equal to Etan by Js. So I have calculated this, what is Js in a conductor. So this is nothing but the Js. And Etan, because of Etan, some J0 is existing here. That's why Etan is equal to J0 by sigma. Just if you do mathematics like this, and finally you prove that the surface impedance is equal to root of omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees, having two components, surface resistance, surface reactance. So what is the surface resistance here? Rs is equal to root of omega mu by 2 sigma. So just like if you take intrinsic impedance, the general definition is like this, and already this case we have discussed in the propagation in good conductors. So in good conductor sigma is very very high, so that's why it can be neglected. Then if you do this, you are going to get root of omega mu by sigma at an angle 45 degrees. And the second equation as well as the first equation is same. That's why we can conclude that the surface impedance of a good conductor is equal to almost the intrinsic impedance of the conductor, provided the skin depth is very very less. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of surface impedance of a conductor and the application of it also. Okay, thank you.